debentures, FDs, and other things. Obviously, the returns will be on the lesser side. Then comes sector funds, friends. Sector funds are the funds which will give you highest return, but at the same time, the risk is also on the higher side. So they are typically called as sector funds, friends. They are typically called as sector funds. So in a sector fund, the entire money will go only into one sector. It can be basically what I can say, it can be related to pharma, it can be related to banking sector, it can be related to IT sector. So they are typically called as sector funds. So sector funds will always generate higher amount of risk and return, friends. But definitely one such fund should be there in your portfolio because they will give you huge amount of returns in the long term. Index funds. Index funds are those funds, friends, which will simply copy one particular index. The index could be Nifty, it could be Sensex, it could be BSE 100, BSE 200. So they are typically called as index funds. Always remember, as far as index fund is concerned, friends, it will simply copy an index. So whatever return the index gives, the fund will give similar kind of return. Correct. The risk is very less in index funds because ultimately index always rises in the future. For example, when I was a student like you 20 years back, friends, I have seen BSE index at 2800 and today you can see where it is. So obviously in the long term, index funds will always outperform the overall markets. Then there is something known as an exchange traded fund, friends. See, what is exchange traded funds? See, if we talk of ETF exchange traded funds are those funds which are typically listed on a stock market. Correct. They are the ones who are listed on a stock exchange. So they are typically called as exchange traded funds, friends. Always remember that exchange traded funds, you need a demat account to buy them. So these units will directly come in your demat account. So that is typically called as an exchange traded funds. Then comes tax saver funds. See, tax saver funds are those funds, friends, who invest in equity. Tax saver funds and equity diversified funds are one and the same. The only difference is that in a tax saver fund, you have a lock-in period of 3 years. So that is something you have to keep it in mind, friends. So they are typically called as a tax saver funds. Yes. What are the benefits of mutual fund, friends? See, the benefits of mutual funds are very unique, friends. For example, the first benefit is diversification. See, always remember, as far as mutual funds are concerned, friends, investment is done in around 40 to 50 companies. So obviously there is huge diversification when it comes to mutual funds. 40 to 50 companies are there which are a part of the particularly overall investment cycle in a mutual fund. So obviously your risk is less because money is spread across various sectors and various companies. Second major benefit is decent returns. See, the average return in mutual fund is around 12 to 15% is the average decent returns. Correct. So that is typically called as a decent return, friends. So it will always give you more returns as compared to what you invest in a traditional financial instrument. Correct. So that is typically called as decent returns, friends. Average return is around 12 to 15%. Third major benefit is liquidity, friends. Liquidity refers to primarily, if you see, liquidity primarily means that you get your money back. You get your money back within 3 working days. 3 to 4 working days, money will come back in your account when you want your money. So that is called as easy liquidity. The fourth is taxation. See, taxation refers to that if you basically do this thing, what I can say, if you sell your mutual fund units within less than 1 year, then you attract a short-term capital gain tax of 15%. And if you sell after 1 year, you will attract long-term capital gain tax of 10%. Correct. That particular point you need to keep it in mind if your profit is above 1 lakh rupee. If the profit is less than 1 lakh rupee, then you definitely don't pay any amount of tax. Professional management, if you see, friends, see, professional management is the most important benefit of mutual funds, because here typically what happens is professional management primarily refers to the fact that in case of professional management, you are able to manage the mutual fund manager and his research team will be managing your this thing assets. So that is typically called as a professional management. So that is again a very important benefit of mutual fund. So without giving your time, knowledge, or investing more capital, there is somebody who is looking after your money. So that is the meaning of professional management, friends. Now, if we talk of current scenario of mutual funds, see, that is a very important aspect, friends. See, currently there are 43 mutual funds in India. Currently there are 43 mutual funds in India, and more than 1,000 schemes are there. Correct. 43 mutual funds are there, and more than 1,000 schemes are there in a mutual fund industry. So basically, if you talk of this particular thing, more than 1,000 schemes are there. Correct. More than 1,000 schemes are there in India. So you have a lot of options, friends, to select from. So that is something you need to keep it in mind. See, the total money managed by mutual funds is 28 lakh crore rupees. Correct. 28 lakh crore rupees is the total money managed. So that is the total amount of money managed by mutual funds. Asset under management means the total money. See, in 2004, this was only 1.5 lakh crore. So you can very well see from 1.5 lakh crore, it has become to 28 lakh crore rupees. So obviously, huge amount of money is being managed, and that shows the popularity of mutual funds, friends. Today, if you see the total number of SIPs in 2014-15, 23 lakh new SIPs got registered. 2015-16, 29 lakh new SIPs got registered, friends. And today, if you see, basically, the what I can say, in 2020, the total number of SIPs registered is 3 crore 35 lakhs. See, SIP has become, friends, the backbone of Indian stock market. SIP refers to systematic investment plan, where small amount of money will get debited from your bank account and it will get invested into the markets. So that is why a common man has started investing through the SIP route. Every month, if you see, 5,000 crore rupees is coming into stock market through the SIP route. 5,000 crore, friends. In November, December, 7,500 crore rupees in fact came through the SIP route. So SIP has now become the most important product of Indian financial market, friends. Currently, if you see in mutual funds, there are around 2 crore investors. There are around, friends, 2 crore investors. So they are something very small amount. See, the total number of PAN card holders is around 35 crore. So just imagine, total number of PAN card holders is around 35 crores. So just imagine that if these people are also added in that, then obviously that really helps them to grow well. Finally, if you see, the average size of an SIP investment is only 3,200 rupees per month. 3,000 rupees is the average size of an SIP, correct? And plus average value of a portfolio of mutual fund investor is 78,000. See, the main reason, friends, why mutual funds have become so popular is the feature that you can invest as low as 500 rupees a month. So that is something, friends, very, very important and critical. If we talk how do you select a mutual fund is, then obviously, see, mutual fund has to be selected based on AMC history, past performance, consistency of performance. So I'll always remember that select a fund which is basically old and which has been consistently performing. So that is something very, very critical and important, correct? It has to be consistently performing. Then this particular mutual fund is considered as something very critical and important. Always remember, go with a mutual fund which is large cap oriented and which is performing regularly. So that becomes a more better strategy, friends. Now, if we come to SIP, the most important product of mutual fund. See, friends, in a mutual fund, you can invest in two ways. One is a lump sum method and one is an SIP method. So basically, what is a lump sum method? Lump sum method means that suppose you have 20,000 you invested and the chapter is over. So that is typically called as a lump sum method. What is an SIP method? SIP stands for systematic investment plan, in which basically in which every month a fixed amount on a fixed date will get debited from your bank account and it will get invested into the market. So that is typically called as an SIP, friends. It works on rupee cost averaging. Rupee cost averaging means which automatically times the market. So every month when you are investing every month on a fixed date, what will happen? In 1 month the markets may be at higher price, in 1 month markets may be at lower, and in 1 month it may be in a consolidation phase. So when you are buying at different levels, obviously your average cost of buying will go down, and this helps you to create wealth in the long term. So that is typically called as an SIP. For example, if you take, see, if you are investing 500 rupees a month as a student, if you start investing 500 rupees a month, and if you continue doing that for 25 years, then at an average rate of 15%, your total investment amount will be 1,50,000, and you get around 16 lakh rupees. So you can clearly see, friends, okay, the amount what you are investing is peanuts, very small, and the amount what you are getting is relatively on a higher side. Always remember, friends, that mutual funds in the long term prove very useful by investing small amount. Then if you take this example, see, suppose there is a newly married couple, or a couple is there who has got a new baby. In that case, if they plan to invest 5,000 rupees a month, and if they continue doing that for 25 years, and if the average return is 15%, then your investment amount is 15 lakhs and you get more than 1 crore rupees. Correct. So always remember, when that particular child is ready for marriage, you don't have to worry about his future, because that corpus is sufficient enough to basically take care of his earnings. So that is something, friends, we need to keep it in mind. And that is why mutual funds of late have become very popular, and it is aptly called as a retail investor's instrument or a common man's instrument. Now, this slide is very important, friends. See, a lot of people ask me, sir, should I invest directly in stock market or should I invest through mutual funds? So basically, if you want to directly invest in stock market, always remember you will need three things. Time required, time, you have to give your time to the market, friends. Before, without, if you give, unless you give time, you won't be able to generate money, correct? Then knowledge is required. That is what is happening in US, Europe, China, Japan, globally, what things are happening, that you should know. So that is the second most important thing. Third, basically, if you take a third important aspect, if you try to figure it out, that is bulk capital. See, if you buy one share of Reliance, you need to pay 1900. If you buy 10 shares, you need to pay 19,000. So always remember that if you want to invest in stock market, you will be needing three things: time, knowledge, and capital. So, but in mutual funds, all these three are not required. See, you don't have to give your time, because there is a fund manager and his research team who is looking after your investments. Knowledge is not required, because the fund manager and the research team will decide what to buy, what to sell, and you can invest as low as 500 rupees a month. So that is something, friends, very critical, very important. See, always remember, when you invest in markets through mutual fund, it's a long-term investment option, friends. And in mutual funds, even a common man like auto rickshaw driver, washerman can also invest. Now see this very interesting slide I have made, friends. See, once you get a proper job and you are properly earning, suppose you start investing 10,000 rupees monthly for 30 years. So what is your total investment? 1 year, it is 3,60,000. So for 30 years, it is 36 lakhs you are investing. Now see these figures, friends. Even at 8% average return, see, market always gives between 12 to 15% on a long-term basis, but even at 8%, if it gives an average return of 8%, still you earn 1 crore 49 lakhs. If it gives average return of 12%, you earn 2 crore 26 lakhs. It gives 12% return, you earn more than 3.5 crores. And at 15%, which is the long-term return of market, you earn near to 7 crores. So please understand, friends, that in long term, there is no other instrument which can beat mutual fund SIP, because it's a small investment but worth doing. Why will, friends, Indian stock markets grow? Now that is a critical question which a lot of people ask. Okay, sir, will our markets grow from here? Will basically markets be able to perform well? So my answer to all those people is, see, please understand, don't bet on markets. Bet on basically what I can say, bet on Indian economy. If you feel Indian economy will grow well, obviously markets will grow well. Correct. That is something we need to keep it in mind. So if we talk of demographic dividend, please understand that 70% of population is less than 35 years of age. So we have highest number of young working people, correct? Highest number of young working people are there. So those people will basically earn, and when they earn, they will spend money. When they spend money, economy will grow. So that point is, friends, very critical and important. That is the reason if you are reading newspapers and other things, Tesla, which is world's first electric car company, has already formed a subsidiary in Bangalore, and they are in talks with Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka to set up a manufacturing plant. So please understand, friends, the scope and the growth of Indian economy. Second is domestic consumption. See, whatever we manufacture, friends, 80% is produced in India only, and only 20% is exported. So we are typically not an export dependent economy. So that is something we have to, friends, keep it in mind. And third is high savings rate. See, as far as savings rate is concerned, 27% is our savings rate, which is relatively on a much higher side. So this particular point we have to keep it in mind. So because of these three features, friends, Indian economy is bound to grow. Always keep that particular point in mind. If we talk of US, Europe, China, Japan, then China and Japan are typically export dependent economies. Europe lives on tourism. So always remember that these economies are dependent on external factors, whereas we are growing on our own strength. So that is the reason that India will grow. Yes, we do have challenges like unemployment. We need to create a lot of jobs at the grassroots level, but nevertheless, still we will grow in a better manner. Then if we take something known as a debt to GDP ratio, if we talk of this debt to GDP ratio, then world average is 69%, friends. India is 57%. So relatively our debt to GDP ratio is much lesser, friends. If we talk of USA, it is 103%, Europe 92, Japan and China, if you see, it is more than 200%. So always remember, an economy which is relatively having less debt will always perform better. And thanks to our savings culture, friends, that we Indians are brought up in a culture where we are always told to save money. So always remember, when you save small amount in the long term, you are relatively safe and secure. See, then if we compare between FII flows and mutual funds, that is something very vital, friends. See, these two institutional players are very important when it comes to investment. So if we talk of FII flows, friends, then from 2003 to 2014, they have invested huge amount of money in Indian markets, whereas mutual funds have invested hardly anything. 2015, if we say FIIs invested 17,000 crore, mutual funds invested 71,000 crore. 2016, FIIs invested 21,000 crore, mutual funds invested 47,000 crore. 2017, FIIs invested 53,000 crore, mutual funds invested 1,12,000 crore. So you can very well see that in last 5 years, friends, mutual funds have become very strong. And if we talk of this year, friends, see, these 3 years are something very vital. See, in 2018, the foreign institutional investors were totally net sellers only. Even then, mutual funds invested 1,20,000 crore. So we earned, mutual funds invested heavily, and that helped the markets to grow well. 2019-20, the scenario reversed, and mutual FIIs again invested huge amount. 2019, Modi government came to power for the second time. So that was one of the key reasons a lot of money came into the markets. And in 2020, because US printed dollars, US economy printed a lot of dollars, this money has come into our stock markets. If we talk, see this particular slide, friends, it's very interesting. It shows the return, the investment made by FIIs from 2007 to 2020, and you can very well see, friends, that only three times index gave negative return because FIIs were net sellers. 2008 global financial crisis had come, where FIIs withdraw 52,000 crore, so Sensex crashed by 52%. 2011 European Union crisis, 24% we gave negative return, and 2015 5% we gave negative return. So this is something, friends, we need to keep it in mind. If we take out an average of long term, still we have really maintained good amount of money in the long term, friends. If you take an average, it will come to 13 to 14%. So that is why I tell you, friends, that remain invested in markets. That will always give you good returns. If you compare mutual funds with traditional financial products, then it is very simple, friends, that FDs right now give you 5% return. Provident fund around 7%. Mutual fund always gives you more return, greater return over a period of time. Please understand. But for that, you need to be a long-term investor, not a short-term. Mutual funds are not for short-term investment. So if you have a horizon of less than 10 years, you should not invest only in mutual fund, friends. Keep that particular point in mind. Finally, always remember, friends, that this is a long-term instrument of investment, and SIP can be one of the best strategies to invest on a monthly basis that will give you good returns over a period of time. So with this, friends, I complete my presentation, and now we can go for question answer session. So please feel free to ask me questions. Don't hesitate in asking any question. You can write your questions in the chat box. Yes, friends, you can write your questions in the chat box and I will be able to answer all the questions. Shanas, please post the attendance link in the chat box. Muzamil, please post the attendance link so that during the session they are able to fill the attendance link also. Akanksha, so much detail I have explained in SIP. You did not follow? Okay, fine. We'll quickly take it up. See, basically, SIP refers to systematic investment plan. If I put it very simply, in SIP, every month a fixed amount will get debited from your bank account. It can be basically what I can say 500 rupees, 1000 rupees. It will get auto debited from your bank account, and basically it will get invested into stock market. Correct? Clear now? You are investing every month a fixed amount. So when you invest every month a fixed amount, your average cost will go down. Why? Because stock markets are volatile. So in 1 month the markets may be up, in 1 month markets may be down. So ultimately what happens is your average cost of buying will go down. So that particular thing you need to keep it in mind. For investing in mutual fund, you need a PAN card and an Aadhaar card. For doing SIP also, you need a PAN card and Aadhaar card. If you have these two things, you can very well invest into the mutual fund industry. Arpita, what is mutual fund? Mutual fund is a company which will take money from large number of investors and will invest on our behalf into stock market. Correct. So that is typically called as a mutual fund. See, there are two methods of investing in stock market. Yesterday, what we had seen was a direct method where you are directly investing in stock market by opening a demat and trading account. Correct. That is one. Second, basically, is mutual fund where you are giving money to a mutual fund company and that company is investing in the market. So that is typically called as a mutual fund. So mutual fund is an indirect route to stock market. Priyanka, you can definitely get job in this field, but frankly speaking, you need to have MBA finance. That is always a preferred degree if you want to make a career in capital markets, whether it is stock market, mutual fund, or any other field. MBA finance is something what you should primarily try to do. That is something very important. So MBA finance is what you should try to complete. And for doing MBA finance, you need to appear for CAT exam. CAT is common admission test, which happens on the last Sunday of November. So every year this competitive exam happens, and if you clear CAT with good percentage, you will definitely get admission into a good B school. And the B school will see to it that you get a good placement. So that particular point you have to keep it in mind. See, SIP, there is no interest, Nikhil. Please understand, it is capital appreciation. It is the profit. If you see from 1964 till date, the average return will be anywhere 10 to 12%. So obviously, you will be making sizable amount of money. So please understand that as far as SIP is concerned, if you are doing SIP on a monthly basis, you will be able to generate good amount of return over a period of time. So keep that particular point in mind, friends. So that is typically called as a mutual fund SIP, systematic investment plan. That is something very vital, very critical. Correct. Please understand, it is a mutual fund return. It is not interest. Interest you get on FD and provident fund. This is not bank interest we are talking. This is basically the return. Return is capital appreciation. Lalita, as a beginner or even as a seasoned investor, na, as I told you that basically you should invest in three kinds of mutual fund. One is a equity diversified fund, correct? Equity diversified fund. One is an index fund and one is a sector fund. These three typical type of mutual funds, if you invest, then in the long term you will get good amount of return. And as a student, you can always start investing with an SIP of 500 rupees a month. You can always do an SIP of 500 rupees a month and you can invest. See, current scenario, if we talk, then it is highly motivating in the current scenario. If you see, as I told you, there are 43 mutual funds in India, friends, not one or two, but 43 mutual funds are there in India, correct? So there is lot of opportunities to select from and more than 1000 schemes are there. As I told friends that when I was a student like you, the total amount of money managed by mutual funds was only 1.5 lakh crore. Today it is 28 lakh crore. So you can imagine the popularity of mutual funds, correct? So this is something you need to keep it in mind. It's a very good instrument to invest from a long-term perspective. You need to have minimum investment horizon of around 10 years. Then this instrument will give you really good returns. See, Annie, basically, you can do in SIP, there are international funds also available. For example, Motilal Oswal. If you see this thing, then Motilal Oswal is in that NASDAQ 100 fund is there. In ICICI, there is US Opportunities Fund. So these are funds which will invest in international markets also. So if you want to do one of the SIPs, you can do in this kind of funds even. You can basically do SIP. So that will give you an international investment option also. So that is a good option to go with, friends. See, Priyanka, for investing in SIP, you need to have a PAN card and Aadhaar card. If you have a PAN card and Aadhaar card, you can invest in SIP. You can even contact us. We will get your investments done. You need to have a passport size photo, one Aadhaar card, PAN card, and a proper bank account. If you, the first installment will go by check and then it starts getting the auto debit from your bank account. Correct. So then it keeps on getting invested. See, Arpita, basically, see, stock market and GDP are interconnected. Please understand that if the economy is doing well, obviously the stock markets will perform for the simple reason, friends, because stock market is a reflection of economy. See, when companies in stock market make profit, it's a clear indicator that economy is rising and economy is making profits, correct? So that particular point you need to keep it in mind. So that is why always remember that if economy does well, your stock market will automatically do well. That particular point we have to understand. See, you can withdraw your money at any point of time. 25 years, I gave an example because it's a long term thing and long term generates good return. You can even withdraw your money after 1 year, 2 years, whenever you want. There is no lock in period. But please understand, if you withdraw it quickly, there is no benefit you are going to get out of it. You will not get any benefit out of it. So keep that particular point in mind. Correct. It's a long term strategy to invest, friends, not a short term one. It's a long term strategy to invest. You can withdraw at any point. Again, I repeat, there is no lock-in period, so you can withdraw at any point of time. Attendance नहीं post करो ना. Correct. So you can withdraw at any point of time. Withdrawal is not at all a challenge. You can do that. That is not a problem, friends. See, mutual funds are subject to market risk. Please understand. See, ultimately, where is mutual fund investing? Mutual fund is also investing in stock market, correct? So this statement just highlights the fact that mutual funds are also subject. It does not mean that you invest in mutual funds, your money goes away. I have been doing mutual fund SIP since 2007. 2007, friends, I am doing mutual fund SIP and my average return is more than 13 to 14%. Please understand that in mutual fund, when the market goes down, you are benefited. Why? Because you are buying every month. So when the market goes down, you are buying at the lower curve also. So when you buy at the lower curve, obviously you will be able to generate good amount of return. Please keep that particular point in mind, friends. So don't be afraid of this particular thing. In the long term, you will definitely make very good amount of money as far as mutual fund is concerned. Clear now? See, debt to GDP ratio basically means what? See, debt to GDP ratio means what is the size of the economy and what is basically the total amount of debt capital in the economy. That means loan taken up by the economy. So typically you will find that India is in a far better situation because we relatively have lesser amount of borrowed capital. Please understand that, friends. We relatively have less amount of borrowed capital. Typically what happens is that if we talk of primarily the this thing other economies in the world, they have taken lot of debt, and because of that these economies are facing some or the other kind of difficult times. So that is why debt to GDP ratio indicates that. See, this is because our savings culture, friends. We relatively save good amount of money. So when we save good amount of money, obviously we are in a better position. See, Vinod, if you want to read good books, it is better you start first with Economic Times. Economic Times is the best knowledge source to gather because that newspaper has so much amount of information, knowledge along with statistics and data. So starting with Economic Times would be a far better option, friends. Bhavika, which funds are highly beneficiary? See, if you talk of mutual funds, see, typically go with an equity diversified fund, then you can go with an index fund and you can go with a sector fund. If I clearly spell out the schemes, you can go with SDFC equity fund, you can go with SDFC top 200, you can go with SBI banking sector fund, SBI blue chip fund, then you can go with the SDFC Sensex plan, which is a pure index fund. In international flavor, you can go with Nasdaq ETF plan, that is of Motilal Oswal. So these are certain good funds where you can always invest. Lalita, if you want to do SIP, you can straightway contact us. We can help you out doing that. So that should not be a problem. बेटा लिंक ही नहीं है, आपने सिर्फ वो थियरी डाला है, लिंक किधर है? आपने अटेंडेंस लिंक नहीं डाला है, ध्यान से देखो। देखा, शांति शांति से करो ना। See, Nikhil, please understand that as I told you, that stock market and mutual fund both go hand in hand, correct? Now it depends what are you comfortable with. As I told you, that obviously if you purely take from safety measure, obviously mutual fund is more safe for the simple reason, friends, that in mutual fund you are investing in 40 to 50 companies. So obviously mutual fund will be a more safer option to go with, correct? It is not stock market. Stock market, obviously there will be more volatility because you are directly investing. Please understand that you are directly investing, so obviously the risk involved will be on the higher side. So it is always better that you go with a mutual fund SIP. See, friends, if you take my view, I have always been investing in stock market also and in mutual fund also, but with a clear cut long term perspective. Never go with short term investing, friends. Short term investing leads you nowhere, to be very frank with you. Always go with a long term perspective of investment. That is always a safer strategy to go with. Okay. See, Harshal, please understand what is GDP. GDP is gross domestic product. It shows the economic progress made by country in one financial year. Correct? That is the whole logic of GDP. Please understand one simple thought process. See, whenever you are investing in GDP, GDP means gross domestic product. Correct? That is typically called as GDP. Now, if I ask you one simple question, that how do I know your progress? So what I will tell you, that can you please share your mark sheet with me? So as mark sheet is your indicator, basically GDP is the indicator of the economy, correct? So whenever you basically analyze that your GDP is rising, that means economy is growing. So that particular point we have to keep it in mind, correct? This is something very vital, very important. That is one thing. Second thing, please understand that when you invest in markets, when you are investing in markets, India's GDP, if you see for last 20 years, it is 7.5% average as compared to world average of 2.5 to 3%. So obviously our growth rate is much higher as compared to global countries. So that is why your GDP tends to be in a better position. And when GDP rises, we say that economy is making a progress. So it is a 1 point indicator of the economy. That particular point we have to keep it in mind. See, Lalita, because long term, what happens is there is more surety that markets will go up and you will make money. Short term or intraday trading, the risk is very, very high, and there are enough chances that you may lose money also. So that is why when you invest in stock market or mutual fund, we typically say that you should invest only for long term. So that is something very vital, very critical, correct? See, Divya, in the beginning, you can start with even 500 rupees a month, correct? You can invest with 500 rupees monthly. So that is the minimum amount which you can always start with. And that is always a more safer option to go with, friends. Friends, the attendance link has been posted. Please fill the attendance link and then exit. Huh? Please fill the attendance link and then exit.
Hello, sir.
Yes, 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 Afzal, bolo na.
I'm 2 days last not attendance.
No problem, no problem. आज का कर दो, कोई problem नहीं.
Okay. तो सर्टिफिकेशन रहेगा ना इसमें?
मिलेगा, मिलेगा. See,
ओके.
please fill this attendance link. Friends, please click on the attendance link and fill it. Don't exit without filling the attendance link. It is compulsory,
ओके.
friends.
ओके, थैंक यू.
Friends, kindly fill this attendance link. Without doing that, do not exit. It's compulsory to fill the attendance link. Okay, friends, then thank you very much for your patient listening. Tomorrow again, we will take up a new topic. Thank you. Thanks a lot.